An excited Boris exits the room, dancing his way out.
What the fuck?
He begins to read the erotic short story, after which he cannot help but get aroused. He then eventually touches himself.
He's jerking to... And today we're watching Teacher Claps a Psychotic Lonely Student and Regrets It. Last movie recap I did very well, so I want to go ahead and bring another one to y'all. Let me know how y'all feel about these in the comments. This title already sounds wild, so I'm ready to get into this ride, so let's get to it.
The movie begins with our main protagonist, Cairo, introducing herself. She's just turned 18 and admits to being different from most people her age.
18 bringing the cig out. That's different, bro. I don't know. Have y'all ever been with a girl that's done cigarettes? I remember pursuing a girl, when I was younger, and one day, we're talking, hanging out, whatever, and I see her pull a cigarette out. You know how girls get the ick? I was definitely like, yo, what the fuck? That shit made me look at her totally different. I wasn't trying to be on that.
Cairo describes herself as a wealthy girl with big dreams, but stuck in a small town. She lives in a large old house called Level Hill in the suburbs of Tennessee. She doesn't have much company because her parents, who are lawyers, are often traveling abroad. They stay away most of the year, leaving Cairo alone in the house. She has to walk through the forests to get to her high school, all by herself, to deal with her loneliness. Cairo turns to literature.
Her family is lawyers. Like they can't get her a little whip, a little accurate, you know what I'm saying?
Writing. She loves reading and writing, and literature is the only thing that gives her comfort. Cairo's only friend in school, Winnie Black, encourages her to enroll in a new creative writing course. Okay. Winnie suggests this because she knows Cairo has a passion for writing. When Cairo joins the class, she meets Jonathan Miller, the English teacher. At first glance, Mr. Miller appears to be an ordinary teacher, lacking any distinguishing features. However, Cairo's interest in the class stems primarily from the fact that Mr. Miller is a published author, a trait she shares with him. Miller, however, gave up writing after getting married and became a teacher. His wife, Beatus, who seems to be emotionally abusive towards him, became a more successful author. She constantly mocks Miller for not...
Tough. Your wife going crazier than you. And then she emotionally abuses you. Nigga, you ain't even winning like me. Watch out, get out of my face.
Having the ambition to write something new. One night, Miller reveals to his wife that a student had mentioned his book and his writing. Just then,
he tried to get some points.
Tris gets a call from her work. After the call, the couple drinks some whiskey and begins to get intimate with each other. But then Beatrice's job calls again, interrupting them. Cairo stresses to Winnie about her college admission essay. She has to write an essay for Yale University, with the subject being the greatest achievement to date. However, she cannot find anything worthy to write about, even though Winnie points out that Cairo is the top student in the school, getting good grades in every subject. She doesn't think it's a worthy accomplishment. Winnie then suggests Cairo to write about a teacher-student relationship, as she intends to do so with the school's gym teacher, Boris.
What the fuck? Boris, you know damn well you're not supposed to be doing that, bro.
Fillmore, who is Miller's best friend. She mentions how Mr. Miller often focuses his attention, particularly on Cairo, during their English class. The next day in class, Winnie jokingly suggests Cairo seduce Mr. Miller and write about the experience.
This is not a good influence of a friend, bro. She got a lot of things she need to work out. She's just doing, suggesting and doing shit. This doesn't even...
In the college admission essay. Mr. Miller,
that doesn't even sound like a good idea.
Pays special attention to Cairo and instructs her to meet him after class. In the next scene, Miller is working at his desk when Boris arrives. Miller invites him to join him and his wife for dinner. An excited Boris exits the room, dancing his way out.
What the fuck? What dance is this?
Miller mimics his colleague's moves, just as Cairo unexpectedly appears in front of him. Cairo giggles and comments on his dance moves. Miller awkwardly regains his composure and talks to her about the latest assignment. Cairo confesses to drawing inspiration from his book, and even recites a section from it, demonstrating a profound impact on her. This impresses Miller even more, because he admits that his own work has never been praised like this before. He also recalls the lines Cairo wrote in a class assignment, showing that he's already a fan of his talented student. Miller then gives Cairo a writing assignment to create a short story in the style of her favorite author. As they talk, he learns about Cairo's lack of interest in everything related to Tennessee. He then suggests that she should go to a nearby poetry event with him where they can discuss the assignments. Cairo decides to attend the event almost right away. Later that evening, Miller, his wife Beatrice, and the gym teacher Boris hang out in a dine-in. Winnie, who happens to work there part-time, takes their orders. Beatrice then asks her husband whether
small town
Winnie is the student Miller was talking about last time. Miller replies that it's actually her friend named Cairo. It is evident that Beatrice is a little concerned about the whole situation. To cheer herself up, she begins to...
Do teachers go home and talk about students like this? Like after school, while with drinks with each other, like with their families, and they're talking about the student from... Bro, I promise, if I was a teacher, I wouldn't be bringing up shit about no student. Bro, I'm trying to see my wife naked. I'm trying to, say, hang out with the kids, play some football. We over here at the thing talking about fucking students and shit, like
to complain
talking about students, not having relations with students, but talking to students. You know what I'm saying?
Boris.
Don't cancel me,
please. She mentions
please.
that Miller hasn't made progress as a writer because for the past few years, he's been working as a regular high school teacher and hasn't pursued his writing ambitions.
She cooking his ass.
Since she is a busy and popular writer, often occupied with her work, she feels that her husband lacks the determination to be a professional writer.
Yikes.
The scene then shifts to the poetry event, to which Miller had asked Cairo to join him. The two start spending more time together outside of class, bonding over their shared interests in novels, poems, and Tennessean.
Yeah, this is what people aren't need to keep an eye on this nigga, bruh. We had somebody like this at my school. He was a gym coach, right? Not gym, but he was a basketball coach, girls. And he was hanging out with this one basketball girl on his team, on the team that he coached. They'd be coming in to games together riding the same car. Like, yo, what's going on? And then but she was 18, I think. And then I think he was hitting her or some shit. And it was like this thing. But he always was safe though. He never got in trouble. But you knew some weird, odd shit was going on for sure.
Culture. One day in class, Miller gets a text from his wife, Beatrice, who suggests they spend the weekend going away to a beach. Miller agrees to her idea, but before he can finish for the day, Cairo approaches him. She tells him that she has chosen to write the assignment to create a short story in the style of her favorite author, Henry Miller. Since Henry Miller has faced criticism and literature for his explicit language and expression, which some find offensive,
he freaked out.
Mr. Miller initially hesitates on her decision, but
like, she's too close. Like, nigga, you supposed to be like, excuse me, this is a little bit too, this is inappropriate. You
trusts Cairo's writing style and eventually gives her the green light to proceed with her story. Cairo then learns that he is going away for the weekend with his wife, so she becomes quite upset. In an attempt to jeopardize the plan, she leaves her cell phone in Miller's bag before he leaves the school premises. When Miller arrives at his house, he sadly learns that their weekend getaway plan has been canceled because Beatrice cannot take leave from work.
Damn, Beatrice,
Suddenly,
damn.
The phone starts to ring from inside his bag. It is Cairo who is calling from her home phone. She pretends to have mistakenly lost her cell phone and suggests that Miller should return it to her house. By this time, Miller is also frustrated due to his wife's busy schedule, causing a delay in their vacation. He then decides to drive over to his student's house. When he arrives at Cairo's grand mansion, it suddenly starts to rain. As he pulls up to the house in the pouring rain, Cairo, dressed in an elegant evening gown, walks out to meet him. She invites him to come closer, but Miller insists she should come to him. Then they share a passionate kiss.
Yo, this is hell no, bruh. 18, bruh. Even at my age, I'm still looking at 18 like, hell no, fuck no. This is crazy.
In the next scene, we see Cairo alone in her house, writing and contemplating the magical moment they just had inspired.
Oh, she's writing about
that shit? She writes an erotic short story about the sexual relationship between a teacher and his student as her midterm assignment.
Nah.
She then emails her assignment to Miller. In the meantime, Miller and his wife are currently engaged in their individual works. Beatrice asks Miller to give her
Let me
some
read that
personal
shit.
time as she cannot focus on her work.
With him just sitting right there?
As a result, Miller goes over to his old work shed and prints out the assignment sent by Cairo. He begins to read the erotic short story, after which he cannot help but get aroused. He then eventually
no.
touches himself.
He's jerking to... Niggas jerking the words on paper. That's like female shit, though. That's some female shit, though. Because girls can get off to shit like that. Bruh, imagine, my fellas. Ladies, y'all take a step back. Imagine, fellas. You reading some shit. And you see something talking about she was thick. You go home. The book that you was reading at school, turning around, and you start spanking that motherfucker to words on paper
While reading the story. However, Mr. Miller's attitude towards the entire matter changes the very next day. It seems that he is filled with certain guilt, having realized how wrong his actions were. Miller declares that the story is unacceptable.
Nothing all on her assignment and shit. Handing her the essay back. It's an A+. What is this on my... What's the stain? Drop coffee on it. I spilled coffee on it.
And demands Cairo to change it. Cairo tells him that the story resonates with their relationship. Miller strictly denies her claims, telling her that they do not have such kind of relationship between them whatsoever.
But you had to crib.
Cairo suddenly feels a pang in her stomach, making her realize that she is no longer important to him.
Those look like the eyes
Upset
of
and
that
hurt
hurt
at the same time, she calls him out for his cowardice and hypocrisy. Miller then says that he was foolish for trusting she could write in his style, calling her a child. Cairo claims that he blurred the line of their relationship in real life, to which Miller says she is his student, and that's all. And if she misunderstood something, then that's her problem. In response, Cairo...
Oh my gosh. Any woman look at you like this, your days, count your days. Your days are numbered. It's not you, and it's gonna be bad. It's not gonna be one of those peaceful deaths either. It's gonna be a lot of pain and agony.
Criticizes him, calling him a mediocre writer, and warns him that denying his role in their apparent relationship will have negative consequences.
Girl, if you don't get away from me.
Cairo then leaves the scene devastated and upset. She later drinks her sadness with Winnie and tells her about what happened earlier. Offended by Miller's rejection, Cairo shares her story with the school administrators the following day.
This nigga did not handle that well. He did not handle getting out of that situation well at all. Just started woofing at her like that. Bro, you gotta calm the situation.
She intends to expose a possible affair between a student and a teacher and make Miller face potential threats to his career. Consequently, Beatrice receives a call from the school
What the fuck? Whoa. Why the fuck is my wife fucking legs on my partner's lap like this? Whoa. You black bitch. Ooh.
Administration, stressing about the situation. She then questions if there was anything going on between Miller and the student. Miller assures her insistently that there is nothing romantic or inappropriate between them. In the next scene, both Cairo and Miller are summoned to the vice principal's office. The vice principal interviews them both separately regarding their relationship. Despite Miller claiming that nothing inappropriate occurred between them, he takes full responsibility as the adult, leading to his suspension. This also creates a strain on his friendship with Boris.
Boris, you...
blames him for not understanding his limits as a teacher. Boris states that he knows where the line is.
Boris, this haircut. This wasn't it, bruh. I don't like this on you.
And avoids crossing it in his own interactions with Winnie, who is overly expressing her feelings towards him. That night, Miller tells his wife about his suspension from the school. Beatrice is now more suspicious about the relationship. When she first heard about a student showing interest in her husband, she had taken it lightly, even trying to use it to add excitement to their own relationship. However, her attitude changes when she asks Miller whether he likes Cairo, to which Miller remains mum now. She believes her husband had also reciprocated Cairo's feelings. This angers Beatrice, causing her to express pent-up anger and highlight the toxic nature of their marriage.
Beatrice, you, not to say what I did was right, but Beatrice, you are like too busy to even think about me, and you're very yelling at me in my face. I understand, but damn, you got to look at yourself as well.
The couple gets into a heated argument, both criticizing each other for their lack of commitment.
Now I will say this: your woman stepping to you like she finna knock your ass out like this. We gotta have some respect for each other, though.
To the marriage. Eventually, Beatrice decides to file for a divorce. In the meantime, Winnie realizes the impact of Cairo's actions on Miller, so she asks her friend to withdraw the charges against him, but Cairo refuses to do so.
Why does she care so much?
Instead, she sees Miller's downfall as her greatest achievement to date and wants to mention the experience in her admission essay.
Wow.
Cairo eventually uses her experiences to write the Yale application essay, highlighting how she challenged societal norms related to age and sexuality.
Whoa.
She reflects on the profound lessons she learned about the seriousness of mature relationships. In the end, Miller loses his job and the people closest to him. But despite hitting rock bottom, he unexpectedly discovers the inspiration for the first time in years and decides to write a new book.
I think we've all
What the fuck? And that was it. Wow. Well, tell me how y'all feel about that in the comments, bro. I'm gonna say link in the bio. Damn, I've been promoting my OF too much. That being said, like the video, sub up, comment up, hit the nutty bell, man. And yeah, binge the rest of the videos on the channel. I'm dropping 2 other videos with this one today, so you know what to do. Go watch the other ones. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm grateful for y'all. And that being said, we gone. ADD Leroy.